silence of the night, when the world sleeps, a lone wolf howls at the moon. Its cry echoes through the forest, a solitary voice in the vast wilderness. This wolf, standing alone, embodies strength, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of independence. Have you ever felt like that lone wolf? Standing apart from the pack, charting your own course through life's dense forests. There's a profound power in solitude, a strength that can only be forged in the crucible of isolation. It's a power that has shaped the destinies of great individuals throughout history, those who dared to walk alone and change the world in their wake. Consider the artist who spends countless hours in a studio, wrestling with their vision, translating the depths of their soul onto canvas. Or the scientist burning the midnight oil in a lonely laboratory, pursuing a breakthrough that could revolutionize human understanding. These solitary figures, like lone wolves, howl their truths into the void, often unheard for years, decades, or even lifetimes. But their isolation is not a weakness. It is their source of power. In the quiet moments of solitude, we find ourselves stripped bare of pretense and expectation. We're forced to confront our true nature, our deepest fears, and our highest aspirations. It's in this confrontation that we discover our authentic voice, our unique perspective that no one else in the world can offer. Think of the great leaders and visionaries who have shaped our world. They didn't conform to the expectations of their time. They didn't follow the well-trodden path. Instead, they chose to walk alone, to forge new trails through uncharted territories of thought and action. Nowadays, understood a fundamental truth. The crowd, for all its comforting warmth, can also be a stifling force. It can dull our edges, smooth out our unique contours until we become indistinguishable from the mass. But the lone wolf, standing apart, retains its sharp senses, its keen instincts, its ability to see what others miss. Now, I'm not suggesting we should shun all human contact and retreat into hermitage. Humans are social creatures, and there's value in connection and community. But there's a difference between being part of a community and losing yourself in a crowd. The courage to stand apart, to walk alone when necessary, is what separates leaders from followers, innovators from imitators, the extraordinary from the ordinary. Consider the moments in your own life when you felt most alive, most authentically yourself. Were they moments when you were following the crowd, or when you were standing alone, guided by your own inner compass? Solitude offers us the space to hear our own thoughts, to listen to the whispers of our intuition, often drowned out by the cacophony of other voices. It gives us the opportunity to develop our own ideas, free from the immediate influence or judgment of others. But make no mistake, this path of the lone wolf is not an easy one. It requires courage to stand apart, to face the uncertainty of uncharted territory. It demands resilience to weather the storms of doubt and criticism that inevitably come when you choose a different path. You may face ridicule from those who don't understand your vision. You may encounter resistance from those comfortable with the status quo. You may even experience moments of crippling self-doubt, questioning whether your solitary path is worth the struggle. But remember, every great achievement in human history started with a single individual daring to think differently, to stand alone against the tide of conventional wisdom. The Wright brothers were ridiculed for believing humans could fly. Galileo was persecuted for challenging the accepted view of the universe. Van Gogh's genius went unrecognized in his lifetime. Yet these lone wolves, these solitary visionaries, changed the course of human history. Their stories teach us that the path of the lone wolf, while challenging, can lead to extraordinary destinations. They remind us that our unique perspective, honed in solitude. So how do we cultivate this power of solitude in our own lives? It starts with embracing moments of aloneness, not as something to be feared or avoided, but as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. It means carving out time in our busy lives for quiet reflection, for deep thinking, for allowing our minds to wander and explore. It means learning to trust our own judgment, to listen to our inner voice, even when it contradicts popular opinion. It requires developing the mental strength to stand firm in our convictions, even when we stand alone. But it also means recognizing that walking alone doesn't mean walking in isolation forever. The lone wolf may hunt alone, but it still belongs to the wider ecosystem of the forest. Similarly, our periods of solitude should serve to strengthen us for more meaningful engagement with the world. The insights we gain in solitude, the strength we develop in standing alone, these are not meant to be hoarded but shared. They become the unique contribution we bring back to our communities, our societies, our world. In embracing solitude, we're not rejecting humanity. We're preparing ourselves to serve humanity better. We're developing the strength and clarity of vision to lead, to innovate, to inspire. So I challenge you today, dare to be that lone wolf, dare to stand apart from the crowd, dare to listen to your own voice above the noise of popular opinion. Find comfort in your own company. Cultivate your unique perspective. Develop the courage to walk your own path, even when it diverges from the well-worn. Remember, the most profound changes often start with a single individual willing to stand alone. Your solitude today could be the catalyst for a better tomorrow. As you leave here today, I want you to reflect on the areas of your life where you might be following the herd instead of blazing your own trail. Where are you conforming when you should be transforming? Where are you echoing when you should be originating? The path of the lone wolf is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to your vision, but for those willing to embrace it, it offers the opportunity to leave an indelible mark on the world. So hail your truth to the moon. Stand tall in your solitude, for in your uniqueness lies your greatest strength, and in your solitary path lies the potential to change the world. The power of solitude is not just about being alone. It's about being strong enough to stand alone when necessary. It's about having the courage to listen to your own voice when everyone else is following it. Its strength, cultivated in moments of solitude, becomes a beacon of authenticity in a world often drowning in conformity. It's the light that guides you through the darkest forest of doubt and uncertainty. But this journey of solitude is not just about personal growth. It's about becoming a force for change in the world around us. The strength we develop in standing alone becomes the foundation for leadership, for innovation, for inspiring others to find their own unique paths. As we venture further into the wilderness of self-discovery, we begin to understand that our individual journeys are part of a larger tapestry. Our solitary paths, seemingly divergent, are actually weaving together to create a richer, more diverse human experience. The lone wolf, you see, is not truly alone. It's part of a greater ecosystem playing a crucial role in maintaining balance and pushing evolution forward. Similarly, our individual journeys of self-discovery and authentic expression contribute to the collective growth of our species. So as we continue to explore the power of solitude, let's remember that this is not an end in itself, but a means to a greater end. It's about developing the strength and clarity to forge our own paths. Yes, but also about using that strength to uplift others, to challenge the status quo, to push humanity forward. In the quiet moments of reflection, in the solitary pursuits of our passions, we're not just shaping our own destinies. We're shaping the future of our world. Every original thought, every courageous stand, every authentic expression ripples out into the world, influencing and inspiring others in ways we may never fully comprehend. This is the true power of solitude. Not isolation, but authentic connection. Not withdrawal, but meaningful engagement. Not selfishness, but a deeper understanding of our role in the grand tapestry of life. As we move forward, let's embrace this power. Let's cultivate the strength to stand alone when necessary, the courage to speak our truth even when our voice shakes, and the wisdom to know that our individual journeys are part of a greater collective journey. The path of the lone wolf is not an easy one, but it's a path that can lead to extraordinary destinations. It's a path that can transform not just our own lives, but the lives of those around us and the world at large. So let's continue our exploration, delving deeper into what it means to forge our own path, to lead from the wilderness, to embrace our inner lone wolf. For in doing so, we're not just discovering our own strength. We're unleashing a power that has the potential to reshape our world. As we stand at the precipice of self-discovery, having embraced the power of solitude, we find ourselves facing a new challenge. The path before us is unmarked, untrodden. It stretches into the unknown, inviting us to take that first daring step. What does it mean to forge your own path? It means rejecting the comfortable familiarity of the well-worn trail. It means stepping off the conveyor belt of societal expectations. It means looking at the map of your life and daring to draw new roads where none existed before. But why is this so crucial? Why can't we simply follow in the footsteps of those who came before us? The answer lies in the very essence of human progress. Every significant advancement in human history came from someone who dared to think differently, to act differently. The great innovators, leaders, and change makers throughout time were not those who obediently followed the crowd, but those who had the courage to strike out on their own. Consider for a moment the consequences of conformity. When we blindly follow the paths laid out by others, we risk losing touch with our authentic selves. We become mere echoes, repeating the thoughts and actions of others, without contributing our unique voice to the symphony of human experience. Conformity is comfortable. It's safe. It doesn't ruffle feathers or raise eyebrows, but it's also stagnant. It's the enemy of growth, of innovation, of true fulfillment. So how do we break free from the gravitational pull of conformity? How do we summon the courage to step off the beaten path and into the wilderness of our own potential? It starts with developing self-reliance. This doesn't mean rejecting all help or influence from others. Rather, it means learning to trust your own judgment, to have faith in your own abilities, to believe in the validity of your own experiences and insights. Self-reliance is about developing an inner compass that guides you, even when external signposts are absent. It's about cultivating the strength to stand by your convictions, even when you stand alone. This journey towards self-reliance often begins with small steps. It might start with forming your own opinion about a book or a film, rather than simply agreeing with popular critiques. It might involve making a decision based on your own values rather than succumbing to peer pressure. Each of these small acts of independence strengthens your self-reliance muscle, preparing you for bigger challenges ahead. As you develop self-reliance, you'll find yourself naturally gravitating towards your own unique path. You'll start to question assumptions that you previously accepted without thought. You'll begin to see opportunities where others see only obstacles. But make no mistake, forging your own path is not easy. It requires courage to step into the unknown. It demands resilience to withstand the criticism and doubt that inevitably come when you choose to be different. Fear will be your constant companion on this journey. Fear of failure, fear of ridicule, fear of the unknown. But remember, fear is not your enemy. Fear is simply a sign that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone, that you're growing, that you're alive. Our key is not to eliminate fear, but to develop the courage to act in spite of it. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the determination to move forward even when you're afraid. As you take those first tentative steps on your own path, you encounter doubt, both from others and from yourself. There will be voices telling you to turn back, to stick to the safe and familiar. There will be moments when you question your own judgment, when the allure of conformity beckons strongly. In these moments, remember how you started this journey in the first place? Remember the unique gifts you have to offer the world. Remember that every great achievement in human history started with a single individual daring to think differently. Overcoming doubt requires developing a strong sense of self-belief. This doesn't mean arrogance or inflexibility. Rather, it means having confidence in your ability to learn, to grow, to overcome challenges. It means trusting in your own resilience, in your capacity to pick yourself up when you fall. Building this self-belief is a daily practice. It involves celebrating your small victories, learning from your failures rather than being defined by them, and constantly reminding yourself of your inherent worth and potential. As you continue on your unique path, you'll start to notice something remarkable. The very act of forging your own way changes you. It develops strength you didn't know you had. It owns your decision-making skills. It sharpens your intuition. You become more resourceful, more resilient, more authentically yourself. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process, often marked by setbacks and struggles. But each challenge you overcome, each obstacle you navigate adds another layer to your strength and wisdom. And here's the truly exciting part. As you blaze your own trail, you're not just changing yourself, you're changing the world around you. Your courage inspires others. Your unique perspective adds new colors to the tapestry of human experience. Your innovations and ideas have the potential to solve problems and create opportunities for countless others. Think of the great trailblazers throughout history. They didn't set out to change the world. They simply had the courage to follow their own path, to trust their own vision. And in doing so, they opened up new possibilities for all of humanity. You have that same potential within you. Your unique path, your authentic voice, your original ideas, these are your gifts to the world. By having the courage to forge your own way, you're not just fulfilling your own potential. You're contributing to the growth and evolution of our entire species. But what about the cost? What about the comfort and security we leave behind when we start? It's true that forging your own path often means sacrificing certain comforts. It might mean leaving behind the safety of a stable but unfulfilling job to pursue your passion. It might mean risking ridicule or criticism to stand up for what you believe in. It might mean facing financial uncertainty as you build something new. Consider the cost of not forging your own path. Consider the regret of a life lived according to someone else's script. Consider the pain of looking back and wondering, what if I had dared to be different? The rods of blazing your own trail far outweigh the temporary discomforts. There's an exhilaration in charting unknown territories, a deep satisfaction in overcoming challenges on your own terms. There's the joy of waking up every day knowing that you're living authentically, that you're making your unique mark on the world. Moreover, as you progress on your own path, you'll find that you attract kindred spirits, other courageous individuals who have chosen to forge their own ways. These connections, based on shared values and mutual respect for individuality, are often deeper and more meaningful than the superficial bonds of conformity. So how do we sustain this journey? How do we maintain the courage and resilience to keep forging ahead when the path gets tough? It starts with cultivating a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for learning and growth. It means embracing failure as a teacher, not a deterrent. It means understanding that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, good strategies, and input from others. A growth mindset allows you to bounce back from setbacks, to persist in the face of difficulties, to see effort as the path to mastery. It's the foundation of resilience, the fuel that keeps you moving forward on your unique path. Another crucial element is maintaining a connection to your purpose. Why are you on this path? What drives you to keep pushing forward? Staying connected to why can provide the motivation to persevere when things get tough? First purpose doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be as simple as the desire to live authentically, to fully express your unique gifts, to create something that brings joy or solves a problem. Whatever it is, keep it at the forefront of your mind. Let it be your guiding star when the path ahead seems unclear. As you continue to forge your own path, remember that it's not about reaching a specific destination. It's about the journey itself. It's about who you become in the process of blazing your own trail. It's about the lives you touch, the perspectives you change, the possibilities you open up. Not just for yourself, but for others who are inspired by your courage. Every step you take on your unique path is a victory. Every time you choose authenticity over conformity, individuality over sameness, courage over comfort, you're not just changing your own life. So I challenge you. Dare to be different. Dare to question the status quo. Dare to listen to that quiet voice inside you that whispers of a different way, a new possibility, a path that only you can walk. The world doesn't need more followers. It needs leaders, innovators, original thinkers. It needs individuals who have the courage to forge their own paths, to bring their unique gifts to bear on the challenges we face. You have that potential within you. You have a path that only you can walk, a song that only you can sing, a contribution that only you can make. The world is waiting for your unique footsteps, your original ideas, your authentic voice. So step off the beaten path. Embrace the uncertainty, the challenges, the exhilaration of forging your own way, trusting your ability to learn, to grow, to overcome. Believe in the validity of your own experiences and insights. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step. Your step, your journey. As we move forward, let's consider how this individual journey of forging our own path translates into leadership. How does walking alone prepare us to guide others? How does our unique perspective, honed in solitude and strengthened through self-reliance, position us to inspire change on a larger scale? For me, the true measure of our journey is not just how far we've come, but how many others we've inspired to begin their own journeys. The path of the lone wolf, paradoxically, leads us back to the pack, not as followers, but as leaders, as catalysts for change, as beacons of possibility. So let's explore this next phase of our journey. Let's examine how the strength we've developed in solitude, the courage we've cultivated in forging our own paths, prepares us to step into the role of leaders and change makers. Where it's in this role that we truly begin to realize the full potential. In the heart of the wilderness, where the lone wolf once stood, a transformation occurs. The solitary figure who dared to forge their own path now stands as a beacon, drawing others towards the light of authenticity and courage. This is where true leadership begins. But what does it mean to lead from the wilderness? How does one transition from a solitary journey to guiding others? The wilderness in this context represents more than just physical isolation. It symbolizes the uncharted territories of thought and action, the unexplored realms of possibility that lie beyond the boundaries of conventional wisdom. Leading from the wilderness means guiding others into these new frontiers, inspiring them to venture beyond their comfort zones and discover their own potential. This form of leadership is fundamentally different from traditional models. It's not about standing at the front of a crowd, issuing commands. about blazing a trail and inviting others to join you on the journey. It's about inspiring by example rather than directing by authority. Now, the wilderness leader doesn't ask others to go where they haven't been themselves. Instead, they share their own experiences, their struggles and triumphs, their moments of doubt and breakthrough. They offer not just direction, but understanding. Not just instruction, but inspiration. This authenticity is the cornerstone of wilderness leadership. In a world often dominated by facades and carefully curated public images, the leader who dares to be real, to be vulnerable, to show both their strengths and their scars, stands out. They create a space where others feel safe to be their true selves, to take risks, to grow. But how does one develop this kind of leadership? It begins with the journey we've already discussed, the path of solitude and self-discovery. The time spent alone, confronting our fears and limitations, developing self-reliance and resilience, prepares us for the challenges of leadership and the wilderness of self-discovery. We learn to trust our own instincts, to make decisions without the safety net of popular opinion. We develop the courage to stand by our convictions, even when we stand alone. These are all crucial qualities for a leader who must often make tough decisions and chart courses into unknown territories. Moreover, the experience of forging our own path gives us empathy for others who are on similar journeys. We understand the fear, the doubt, the exhilaration of stepping off the beaten track. That this understanding allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, to offer. Wilderness leadership is not just about personal qualities. It's also about vision. The time spent in solitude, free from the noise and distractions of the crowd, allows us to see possibilities that others might miss. We develop the ability to look beyond the horizon, to imagine futures that don't yet exist. This visionary quality is what truly sets wilderness leaders apart. They don't just manage the present, they create the future. They see potential where others see problems. They imagine solutions where others see only obstacles. However, having a vision is not enough. A true wilderness leader must also have the ability to communicate that vision in a way that inspires others to make it their own. This is where the power of story comes into play. Humans are hardwired to respond to stories. We've been sharing them around campfires since the dawn of our species. A wilderness leader understands this and uses storytelling as a powerful tool for inspiration and motivation. But these aren't just any stories. They're stories of transformation, of overcoming adversity, of discovering hidden strengths. They're stories that resonate with our deepest aspirations and our most profound fears. They're stories that make the impossible seem possible, that turn the abstract into the tangible. The wilderness leader shares their own story. Their journey from conformity to authenticity, from fear to courage, from follower to trailblazer. In doing so, they show others that such a journey is possible. They offer a map, not to be followed exactly, but to inspire others to chart their own course. That storytelling is just one aspect of communication for a wilderness leader. They must also be able to listen, truly listen, to those they lead. This isn't about gathering information or managing expectations. It's about creating a space where others feel heard, valued, and understood. In the wilderness, every voice matters. Every perspective offers a unique view of the landscape. A wilderness leader recognizes this and creates an environment where diverse viewpoints are not just tolerated, but actively sought out and celebrated. This inclusive approach to leadership does more than just make people feel good. It leads to better decisions, more innovative solutions, and a stronger, more resilient team. When people feel their voices matter, they invest more of themselves in the journey. They become not just followers, but co-creators of the vision. But leading from the wilderness isn't always smooth sailing. There will be times of doubt, times when the path ahead seems unclear or the obstacles insurmountable. It's in these moments that the true mettle of a wilderness leader is tested. This is where the resilience developed during the solitary phase of the journey becomes crucial. The wilderness leader knows that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities for growth. They understand that the path to any worthwhile destination is rarely straight or easy. In these challenging times, the wilderness leader doesn't pretend to have all the answers. Instead, they model resilience and adaptability. They show that it's okay to be uncertain, to make mistakes, to change course when necessary. They demonstrate that true strength lies not in being infallible, but in having the courage to keep moving forward despite setbacks. This approach to challenges creates a culture of resilience within the team. It encourages innovation and risk-taking because people know that failure is not something to be feared, but a natural part of the growth process. Another crucial aspect of wilderness leadership is the ability to nurture other leaders. A true wilderness leader doesn't seek to create followers, but to inspire other trailblazers. They understand that the ultimate goal is not to be indispensable, but to create a community of empowered individuals who can carry the vision forward. This involves more than just delegating tasks or providing training. It's about creating opportunities for others to step into their own power, to discover their own unique gifts and perspectives. It's about fostering an environment where leadership is not concentrated at the top, but distributed throughout the organization. A wilderness leader takes joy in seeing others grow, in watching them discover their own strength and capability. They create space for others to shine, to take risks, to learn from both successes and failures. They offer guidance and support, but never in a way that stifles individual growth or creativity. This approach to nurturing leadership has a multiplier effect. Each person who steps into their own leadership role becomes a new center of inspiration and growth. The vision spreads not through imitation, but through inspiration, with each new leader adding their own unique perspective and gifts. But perhaps the most profound aspect of wilderness leadership is its focus on purpose. A wilderness leader understands that people are motivated not just by what they do, but by why they do it. They recognize that the most powerful fuel for any journey is a sense of meaning and purpose. This purpose goes beyond profit margins or market share. It taps into something deeper. The human desire to be part of something larger than ourselves, to make a positive impact on the world. A wilderness leader helps others connect their individual journeys to this larger purpose. They do this not through manipulation or coercion, but by helping others discover their own intrinsic motivation. They create an environment where people can align their personal values and aspirations with the larger vision. In doing so, they transform work from a mere job into a calling, from a series of tasks into a meaningful journey. This focus on purpose has profound effects. It increases engagement and motivation. It fosters innovation and creativity. It builds resilience in the face of challenges. Most importantly, it creates a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond material rewards. As we continue to explore the concept of wilderness leadership, it's important to recognize that this is not a fixed destination, but an ongoing journey. The wilderness is always changing, presenting new challenges and opportunities. A wilderness leader must therefore be committed to continuous learning and growth. This means staying curious, remaining open to new ideas and perspectives. It means being willing to question one's own assumptions and beliefs. It means recognizing that leadership is not about having all the answers, but about asking the right questions and being open to unexpected answers. A wilderness leader models this growth mindset for others. They show that it's not only okay, but essential to keep learning, to keep evolving. They demonstrate that strength comes not from being unchanging, but from being adaptable. This commitment to growth extends beyond the leader to the entire organization or community they lead. A wilderness leader creates a learning culture where experimentation is encouraged, where reflection is valued, where growth is celebrated. In this environment, failure is not something to be feared or hidden, but a valuable source of learning. Mistakes are seen not as signs of weakness, but as necessary steps on the path to innovation and improvement. God fosters resilience and adaptability, crucial qualities in a rapidly changing. But perhaps the most profound aspect of wilderness leadership is its transformative power. A wilderness leader doesn't just guide others through external landscapes. They facilitate inner journeys of growth and self-discovery. Through their example and their guidance, they inspire others to confront their own fears, to challenge their own limitations, to discover their own unique gifts. They create an environment where people feel safe to be vulnerable, to take risks, to step outside their comfort zones. In doing so, they don't just change organizations or communities. They change lives. They help others discover their own inner wilderness leader, their own capacity for courage, resilience, and authentic self-expression. This ripple effect of transformation is the true measure of a wilderness leader's impact. It's not about creating a group of followers, but about inspiring a community of leaders, each blazing their own trail, each contributing their unique gifts to the world. As we reach the end of our exploration of wilderness leadership, it's important to recognize that this is not an exclusive club reserved for a select few. The potential for this kind of leadership exists within each of us. It begins with the courage to step off the beaten path, to listen to our own inner voice, to forge our own way through the wilderness. It grows through the challenges we face and overcome, through the moments of solitude where we confront our true selves, through the risk we take to live authentically. And it culminates in the moment we turn back and extend a hand to others, inviting them to join us on this extraordinary journey of discovery and growth. So I ask you, what wilderness are you called to explore? What unique path are you meant to blaze? And who might be waiting for you to turn back and offer them guidance on their own journey? Remember, the world doesn't need more conformity. It doesn't need more people blindly following well-worn paths. What it needs is you, your unique voice, your original ideas, your authentic leadership. The wilderness is calling. Will you answer? Will you have the courage to not only forge your own path, but to lead others into new territories of possibility? The journey of a wilderness leader is not an easy one. It requires courage, resilience, and a deep commitment to personal growth and authenticity. But it's a journey that has the power to transform not just your own life, but the lives of countless others. As we stand at the edge of the wilderness, peering into the unknown, we face a choice. We can stay on the well-trodden path, comfortable but constrained. Or we can step into the wilderness, embracing the challenges and opportunities that await. The choice is yours. But remember, every great adventure, every significant change, every transformative movement in human history started with a single step into the unknown. Your step, your journey, your leadership into wilderness awaits. And with it, the opportunity to not just find your own path, but to light the way for others. To not just discover your own strength, but to inspire strength in others. To not just change your own life, but to be a catalyst for change in the. This is the promise and the challenge of wilderness leadership. It's a call to those who dare to be different, who dare to think differently, who dare to lead differently. Are you ready to answer that call?